let's start with the interracial relationships because that's just imprinted on my mind.
Yeah, I just really
Okay.
I want to hear
let's
this.
let's hear this one.
No, all I was gonna say. Oh God. All I was gonna say is that I think that our society in this day and age, it's good for diversity to have interracial relationships. Whereas before it was probably harder and frowned upon, but now there's a lot more diversification of nationalities and stuff. However, I still think there's that underlying prejudice in some cultures. I think that although, having said that, we're in like a really diverse culture now, I still think that maybe in the cultures that some of us have been brought up in, when you do see interracial relationships, you still consciously have that thought of, oh, that's an interracial relationship. So you still are conscious about it. It's not so integrated in our culture that we're not aware of it. We're still very much aware of it. But I'd say in some cultures, it's more about, this sounds really bad, it's probably a rebellious thing as well.
That doesn't sound bad.
Okay, cool then.
Would you say rebellious things like people acting out or?
Well, yeah, so for instance, in some cultures you might be under pressure. I have a friend and she's Asian and she's very much under pressure to marry an Asian man, but that's not her preference. But if you took a step back from it, maybe her preference isn't Asian because she's been forced to or pressured to. So maybe that has a bearing on what her type is as well, and also the friends that she keeps and stuff.
Sorry, you can edit that bit out.
Don't worry.
Oh, bless her.
But having said, and also from my own personal experience, my mum's mixed race and she's never known her dad. So my nan's black and my mum's dad is white. But because of the time when my mum was born, it was a very taboo subject. Like you wouldn't even reference it. And even now it's still kind of like the pink elephant in the room that my mum's the lightest person but nobody says anything. So although, like I say, I think we've moved on in terms of now it's more accepted and integrated into our culture, I do still think there's a conscious awareness that it is actually an interracial relationship. Makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.